Thank you for joining us for College Commons Week as we explore the next steps in the college admissions process. My name is Janine Coutu and I'm with the College Foundation of West Virginia. We are extremely excited to host our second annual College Commons Week event, an opportunity that allows us to work together with college campuses to help students navigate the college-going process. This afternoon, we are pleased to announce that representatives from Alderson Broaddus University have joined us for this webinar series. Joining us from Alderson Broaddus University is Dean of Students David Folletta and the Director of Admissions, Molly Henderson. Thank you for joining CFWV for this new statewide initiative. Through this initiative, we aim to help West Virginia families and students prepare for the transition to college. As I get ready to turn the presentation over to our presenters, I would ask that you use the chat box to answer any questions you may have throughout our time together this afternoon. Staff will address those questions and ensure that they are answered before we conclude today's webinar. This webinar is being recorded and will be made available on cfwv.com. With that said, David and Molly, welcome, and I turn this presentation over to you.
Great, thank you very much. Come on, there we go. So my name's David Folletta. I'm the Dean of Students at Alderson Broaddus. And I'll let my colleague introduce herself.
I'm Molly Henderson, Director of Admissions. Welcome. Thank you guys for having us today.
We're really excited to share with you some basic information about the next steps in our enrollment process and transitioning from an accepted student or very soon to be accepted student toward stepping foot on campus in just a few short months. You can see our pretty faces, how nice. And so what we're going to cover today, we're going to talk about Alderson Broaddus. We'll talk about finishing that enrollment process for anyone that's still in that transition period, academics and financial information. We'll talk a little bit about student life, including campus housing, and then share some basics about who to contact if you find yourself with more questions later on down the road. So a little bit about AB. We're founded a little over 150 years ago. We're actually celebrating our 150th class this year, 150th birthday this year. We're affiliated with the American Baptist Churches USA and the West Virginia Baptist Convention. We have 27 plus majors, bachelor's degree majors. We have some graduate programs. The university is regularly recognized as one of the best returns on investment of institutions in the state. And we're the first and only institution in the state that offers a full loan repayment assistance program to all incoming students. And that's something that Ms. Molly here will speak to a little bit here in a few minutes.
Yeah, so we'll kind of talk about the enrollment process. So as a student, obviously you want to check out AB. You can get on our website. There are a few videos that you might want to check out. One specifically about financial aid, which we'll discuss more about our AB Advantage program. There are a few YouTubes on kind of a tour on campus. And especially now because of COVID, we did create our own video on a tour. So that's something to kind of think about as well. But for the application, we offer a free application. It's on our website, or you can request for one, an application via paper, which we will mail to you and you can mail back. Best way is online, just if you can. If you can't, we totally understand. We'll process it that way. Our applications this year require your high school transcripts. If you've taken any college credits anywhere else, we would like those just so that they transfer back over. They'll need to be official. Eventually, we'll request for your high school transcripts. This coming year, because of COVID, we haven't requested test scores. We haven't required test scores, I'll say. If you've taken the test scores, and especially depending on scholarships like West Virginia, for example, for the West Virginia Promise, you have to have a certain score with the test score with ACT, SAT, if that makes sense, to come in. we need those. If not, they're not required this year. You'll need to complete the FAFSA, which is easy to do and online on our website if you go to the financial aid page. You will need to pay an enrollment deposit. Our enrollment deposit is typically $200, and that saves your spot here as a student. And we will, from there on, after you deposit, we create your AB accounts, which is your email accounts, and then you'll get more information basically from David's office on how we can get you enrolled as a student. So we have a lot of different majors, as David brought that up earlier, 27 plus. We do have a few graduate programs. We have a lot of degree completion programs, but we have anything from business to nursing, criminal justice, health science. We're all over the place. So the best way to check us out is probably on our website. There's a list of all of our majors. There's a list of the descriptions on those courses that you'll need to take. But here's the question. What if you don't know what your major is going to be? I changed my major multiple times.
I did too.
Yep, it happens. We think, hey, I want to do this. And then I took this class, it scares me. I'm going to change back. I'm going to switch. And that's okay. So declaring a major isn't a large thing. But as somebody who's been in admissions for a while, I would like you to declare a major, and this is my opinion, but by the end of your sophomore year. So where we're at, you're okay not declaring a major until then, because you can take some general classes that will cover for all of your courses. But declaring a major, we might want you to talk to somebody from career services, or hey, I might want to take this class, see if I like it. If I don't like it, okay, what else might I be interested in? You might want to do an internship and find out, am I interested in this particular course or major? So that's kind of something to think about. It takes a minute, and it's scary because I changed my major within my first couple of days of my first spring call. So, but that's okay. So really for us, as long as you declare a major by the end of your sophomore year, you will graduate as long as you push through and you pass everything in 4 years. But you don't need to declare one at first. You can come in as undecided and we'll help you get through that based on your advisor, career services, internships, any of those things. You will get an advisor based on whether or not you're undecided or you have a major, and that person will kind of guide you through the classes that you need to take as you go along. Right now, especially because of COVID, and we sort of did this last year. Last year with COVID, we were social distancing, and I'm going to say it at a hardcore way, to be quite honest. We changed all of our orientation schedule, and I think we're going to kind of go that way this year as well, which is okay. But basically, you're going to kind of be pre-registered for your courses if you're coming in this year. And then if there's a change in either your major, or you have a change of an advisor or the registrar's office, they will help you change your classes that are registered for the fall. You can order your textbooks online through our website, because that's still going to be, yep. And you'll get paperwork about that through us as well, because we physically mail you that information. So as far as I know, that's still a thing. And then if you need any type of assistance, it could be learning resources, we will send you that information, and it's on our website, and you can request information that way as well. And it could be any type of learning resources that you may need. in my opinion, we've done a really good job helping our students, whether or not it's, I don't know, books and tape, in my opinion, because that has been a thing, or private room to take a test, extra time. We try to help all of our students with any type of disability.
Great, thanks.
Okay. So from here on, when it comes to financial aid, because this is a big thing, FAFSA is very important. You need to get that information in there as quickly as possible, just so we can get you a financial aid package and mail it to you. You have to apply, you have to be accepted, and you have to be have filled out the FAFSA to get all of those 3 things before we send you a financial aid package. The financial aid package will include, if you're eligible for scholarship, money from my department, the admissions department, and any grant money that will come from the financial aid department. So our scholarships start at a 3.0 grade point average, and they go up. There is a scale on our website, and it's on there. So it starts at an $8,000 scholarship up to $15,000. So really it goes from 3.0, 3.24 to then like 3.25 to 3.49, and it goes up that way. And the reason that we did it that way is because the GPA wasn't required, because a lot of students couldn't take the test scores for the SAT, or I might have said that backwards, the SAT, ACT scores because of COVID. So that's a thing. Your grant money, that'll come out of financial aid. I can't give you that information just because I can't see that information from you guys. If you're eligible for work study, that will come from financial aid, asking you to, hey, I'm interested in work study. Work study can be anywhere. Our work study students, they do some of our mailing for us, they answer our phones for us, they might run some errands for us on campus. You guys have work study students?
We have a lot of work studies, doing office work, helping with event management, managing our fitness center. There are also work studies working for faculty and for athletics as well.
Yep. So you have a lot of options that way. It just doesn't have to be. My first work study was in the library. So, and I loved it actually, because you got to do your homework and got paid at the same time, which was cool. But one thing that I mentioned earlier, the AB Advantage, that's really important. We're the first loan repayment program in all of West Virginia for any student that comes in. That's huge in my opinion. So basically what that is, you sign up for it. It does not cost you a dime. It doesn't cost your family a dime. You don't have to, even if you take a loan out, does not cost you anything. Get the best way to describe it. There's a video on our financial aid page, and it will throw you through it. If that's the best way to say it, because it's real quick, about a minute long, and it'll describe what it is. But basically you sign up for it. You come to AB, you graduate from AB. Doesn't matter what your major is, doesn't matter what kind of job you get, as long as you are working more than 30, I think it's 35 hours. That's what I want.
Full-time
Yeah.
employment.
Well, we call it full-time, but like for me, that's 40. So 35 hours a week, and you're making less than $45,000, you will be eligible to, I guess, take advantage of the AB Advantage. My thing with that is, and the best way to describe it is, when they changed it to $45,000, and I'm not good at math. I'm just going to be honest. So my thing is, it used to be when we had that to 40,000. So if it was 20,000, if you're making less than $20,000 a year, so it'll be like, I'm not giving you a number because I'm not good at this and I should have done the math already. And they didn't give us this information ahead of time, but it describes this in our video. But if you're making less than half, oh, I can easily do the math now. It makes it, yeah, I know. I was gonna say it's making me feel. I'm sorry. Well, this is why we're a team. Thank you.
I got you.
If you're making less than that, they will pay back all of your student loans, and all of your student loans, all of it, whether or not it was your loan, as a personal loan, Parent Plus loan, and a federal loan, and that's very important. If not, there's a sliding scale. And that's described on our website as well. Sorry, I'm really bad at math.
You're good. So it's safe to say that AB Advantage is, if a student signs up for AB Advantage after they graduate from AB, if they are making less than $45,000 a year, the AB Advantage will pay some, if not all, of their student loans.
Yes.
Depending on how much they make.
Yes, and that's how I usually like to describe it.
I wish I had that.
Me too. I
still pay my student loans every month, so.
Same.
Yeah.
So I apologize, and I'm sorry that I'm bad at math. So the way that works, I feel bad. I'm sorry.
You're good.
And the way that those bills are paid is basically you'll have to pay your bill. And this is after you graduate. You'll pay your bill, and then within a few months, which is usually it's quarterly. So that once you pay those, as long as you pay it, you're paid usually within 10 days is how AB Advantage is set up. And there are different plans through that, but they cover all of your loans. Now, if you're making more than $45,000, I want to give you a great high five. But it's something that you should sign up for just because it does not cost you anything. And that's huge. I had to pay my student loans off, and
I still pay
I'm
mine every
assuming,
month.
yeah. So I'm sorry that I did a really bad job with the math on that. I'm horrible with that. I'm awful with math. That's what I was like.
All good.
I had it written down earlier. I was like, I should do this better. Sorry.
So when will bills be sent out?
They are sent out usually as soon as you graduate. Well, usually 6 months after you graduate, your bills are sent out.
No, I mean AB bills.
Oh, AB bills?
So I'm an incoming student. When can I expect my first bill to get there? Okay. Bills are going to be sent out to you as an incoming student early June is when they'll be sent out from the business office. And what's important to note is that you have to have your bill squared away before the first day of classes. So that means either your bill paid or be on a payment plan through our business office to make sure you're on that plan. The earlier you get that done in the summer, the better. If you can come to campus, and we'll talk about check-in in August, having that completed, your check-in process will be very smooth because that'll be one of the first things you'll have to do. So be on the lookout for that in early June. And then that'll have information about how to pay and those payment plans. There's different options spread over the course of the next few months, over the course of the school year and beyond for that. But keep your eyes open for that because you'll want to get that squared away before classes start.
Sorry, when I took it as bill, I thought about the AB Advantage bill.
It's all good. So a little bit about student life. A big question we have is, how does an incoming student request their housing on campus? The majority of our students live on campus. And those that live close might sometimes choose to commute. The request form is through our website. When you are fully enrolled, you will get information from the university with what we call your liaison page, your personalized URL. And there's a checklist through there about kind of getting ready for student life. Our website, you'll see at the bottom of our slideshow there, ab.edu/accepted students. That also has information about housing. It's a simple form, takes a few minutes to complete. Once we get that information, we will use that to determine your campus housing assignment. And you can expect to receive that information back, your housing assignment, early June. We try to get it done as early as we can in June. And you'll receive your roommate information if you'll be living with someone. If you're going to commute, those forms are available on our website as well. They're also linked through the I'm Accepted page, the Accepted Students page, and through your Pearl page through admissions as well. And if you're commuting from the home of a parent, grandparent, or guardian within 50 miles of campus, that is the most common reason for students to commute. It's just a one-page form. Mail it into us, take a picture of it, send it to us, email it to us. We'll get that processed and take care of you. AB allows incoming students, freshmen, to have vehicles. So if you're going to be bringing a vehicle with you, you're going to want to obtain a parking pass. Parking pass, again, it's an online form. It's easier to do it before you get to campus, but you can do it during the first 2 weeks of school. Again, it takes a few minutes to complete, and you'll be able to pick your pass up from the student life office, the student affairs office, and put that in your window. If you will not have a vehicle, part of your check-in process with the business office is they'll have you do the half-sheet form indicating that you will not have a vehicle. There is a fee of $105 per semester for a vehicle, and that's automatically applied. So if you are not bringing a vehicle with you, you want to make sure that you do that form saying you won't have one, so it'll be taken back off of your bill. Briefly, we get questions about our campus safety. We have campus safety available on campus 24/7, 365. They not only provide safety and security, they can also help with escort services. So if you need to ride across campus after dark, or if the weather's really, really bad, they can help you with that. They can also help you with simple things like locking yourself out of your car, or if you need a jump or a tire change, they're happy to help you with that as well. We get questions about personal counseling services. We have 2 licensed professional counselors on campus that work with students. We have a male and a female. They offer free sessions all year during the school year, and they offer in-person and virtual sessions. And so if you are interested in working with them for mental health counseling, whether it be long-term therapy or just having someone to talk to, they are available. They also coordinate help groups with other students on campus, as well as some virtual help groups with some other institutions around the state. Our AB Wellness Center we have on campus is a full-service clinic. It's part of the Barber County Health Association. So they're available 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, to help you if you're sick, do checkups. They can give you vaccinations if you need it. They can write you prescriptions, and they also have a deal worked out with the local pharmacy that if you have a script of a prescription that needs to be delivered to campus, perhaps you don't have a car, they can arrange to have that delivered to campus for free for you. Whether you get the prescription from them or not, they can help you coordinate with that. And so even just normal physicals, for example, they'll do. So they're a full service clinic, and they can help you with whatever your medical or health needs are. Our health assessment and vaccinations, all of our students are required to submit health and vaccination forms that include information about a health physical, what vaccinations you've had. We do require vaccinations, and insurance information, and then for student athletes, some other specialty specific forms that you're probably used to doing from high school. Our student athletes use what's called sportswear, and what that does is that manages kind of the athletic end of it. Our non-athletes use MedProctor. You'll get that information from us to your AB email account. That's also available on your Liaison Pearl page, on the I'm Accepted students website, and our web page. Basically, it's very simple though. Your account is already credited for you using your AB email login credentials. You'll download the forms, have your doctor fill them out, and then you'll upload them back to the website. And you can do it through your phone. You can literally take a picture of it and send it up that way. What they'll do is they will review your information. Their doctors will do that, and they'll let you know if they're missing anything or not. And then finally, our new student orientations for all of our new students, that'll begin on August 20. New students will be moving onto campus, those that live on campus during that day on August 20th. And then the commuters will come in and join us. They'll start that evening, and orientation will go through the weekend. If you're living on campus, you'll be able to sign up for a move-in time slot on that day. We're going to have that out a little later in the year, in July, in the summer. In July, we'll have that out to you, so you can pick a time slot to come check in. And we'll also walk you through everything you'll need to have done before you get to campus. And then anything that's left over that you weren't able to get to, we'll have you do as part of the check-in process. So everything's as smooth as possible.
Wow, and can I just
Please.
do a quick, you can liquefy yourself, I guess. We will say with the Pearl page that David had mentioned, because that's, you guys are, it's a personal URL. So if you have identified yourself as, hey, I'm interested in AB, I've registered for a visit, I've applied on our website, you'll get either a text or an email. Probably looks like it comes from me or someone from our office. Hey, this is who we are, this is what we're about, but that's what we call your Pearl page. And there will be a checklist on there of what to do next, as far as you go from applied, accepted, deposited, I'm moving in, what do I need to do next? And that's what we mean by the Pearl page, which, but it will say, hey, Molly, you've been accepted to Alderson Broaddus. This is where you need, like, where you need to go next to deposit XYZ. So that's what we mean by that page from Liaison, is the company that we're associated with that.
And then our last slide there is just who to contact if you have specific questions about a specific area. Email's by far the quickest way. You can reach out to any of those folks in those areas, and they'll be happy to help you with whatever you might need. And that ends our presentation here. And we'll see if any questions had come through, and we'll be happy to do our best.
Thank you so much for providing all of that information. I'm sure it will help students greatly as they transition to college. I do see a few questions in the chat. The first one is, does AB participate in federal work study, the federal work study program?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes, we have federal work study, and we also have work study through the university as well.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Almost like a personal work study.
Great. And the next question I see is, are students required to have health insurance to enroll?
No. Our student athletes are required to carry health insurance to participate in athletics. And if for those that don't have their own insurance, there is insurance available through the university that covers athletics, but that's the only requirement for insurance that we would require. And that's information that a student athlete has to provide as part of their health assessment, but otherwise, no, it's not required.
Alrighty, and then the final question I see is, can you provide more information about the dining options available on campus?
Sure. We have as of right now, we have 4 different eateries on campus. We have a coffee shop that does custom coffees, pastries, those sorts of things. We have a main dining hall, which is basically your main cafeteria that has a rotating menu. We have what we call Sub Connection, and it's a sub shop that makes made-to-order subs, flatbreads, salads, and pizza. And then we have what's called the Cave, and that offers a lot of short order food items. So things like chicken wings, chicken tenders, burgers, fries, that sort of thing. Our eateries serve typically on weekdays between 7 and 11 p.m. And on the weekends, they run 11 a.m. to midnight. This year, we're actually expecting the summer to do some renovations in our dining areas. And so we might have some different options available for next year, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. So I don't want to tell anyone the wrong thing.
Great, thank you so much for answering that question. A few questions that students tend to ask. What activities can students be involved in on campus outside of the classroom?
Sure. Well, aside from our athletics program, which is pretty expansive, we have over 30 student clubs and organizations. They range from academic related organizations, for example, psychology club or chemistry club. We have 6 fraternities and sororities. If students are interested in doing a Greek life experience. And then we have a host of other interest groups, from the Black Student Union, the Gay Straight Alliance, to gaming club, the outdoor club that does hiking trips, and basically anything in between. On top of that, we have a campus activities board that hosts at least one event a week. Our students, our residence hall staff, for those that live in campus, or those that live on campus, they do activities in every residence hall, at least one per week. And our faculty also try to get students involved in local opportunities for service. So it's really about, finding what piques your interest and trying to pursue that. We do our best to try to bring those options to campus as frequently as we can.
Wonderful. So I think you've addressed everything that we'd like to discuss in this presentation. Before we close, is there anything you'd like to add?
I would just say, we obviously didn't cover everything.
Right.
And so please feel free to reach out if you find yourself with any questions. That's kind of what we're here for. And we'd be happy to help guide you along the way. We know there's a lot to do over the next few months, and we want to try to make that as seamless as possible.
Yes, and we do allow visits on campus. We social distance. We're usually masked up, but we've both been vaccinated, which is why we're so close together. But we definitely, and even when we do tours, everybody, it's a requirement of being masked up. But we are planning on having some, we call it a Become a Battler Day, because we're the battlers at Alderson Broaddus. So we are planning on having some events for the incoming fall. Hoping. COVID has been a thing for all of us, so we've had to make some changes, but those will be some things that are coming up. But we allow visits all day, and it's very easy to just register to visit online. Just go to ab.edu, click on it. Hey, I want to visit the campus. One of us will be there, or a coach. Just say, hey, I'm in contact with a coach, or I would be interested in playing X sport. We'd like to know your major, because if you'd like to talk to a faculty member, we try to get them involved. Financial aid's available if you'd like to talk to them as well. We like to give you all of the information when you first come in. So keep that in mind as well.
Alrighty, thank you. We want to thank the team from Alderson Broaddus University for joining the College Foundation of West Virginia during College Commons Week. Please reach out to them with any questions you may have, and thank you to those who joined us to participate in this webinar series. If we could be of any further assistance, please reach out to us at cfwv.com. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Have a great day.
Thank you.